Hello everyone, this will be the review of Just Ski, and the key for the game was provided by developer. Guys, this is a very simple game that you control by mouse. It's physics games about skiing, which reminds me very much of Congregate games. And there is very little to do here. You control how you jump a guy, and he's supposed to jump from slope to slope, moving forward. And that is the whole game. And this is a physics game on one, it's like one line side scrolling where you have to go as far as you can. As it says, the color of sun indicates progress, which basically changes where you are and to what slopes you're going to jump. And as it says here, slide mouse down to crouch, slide mouse up to extend. So you can crouch or extend. I'm not sure if it's gonna show how we jump. I played it before, but I forgot, to be honest. I think you just have to, yes, if you go up, it's going to jump. Let's try maybe without tutorial. Okay, so crouch. Then when you move your mouse up, it should jump. And then you will be moving as rather rolling as fast as the mouse is situated. So if you go up and keep mouse up, it's gonna spin slowly. And if you move the mouse down, it's gonna spin faster. So you control whether you crouch, which is probably gaining speed, or you jump, which is moving mouse up, and then you control how fast you spin, trying to spin in such a way that you will land, basically. So once again, jump, and hopefully, no, maybe we will, of course we won't. And the game is, as the developer says, supposed to be annoying, but at some point you should be able to master it. Let's stay up. Let's stay up this time. Just stay up. Can you do it? No, you can't. Yes, we can. We can make it. Sometimes he doesn't die, even though he should. I think it's a mistake, but whatever. The game isn't sure if you're making it or not. Let's just jump. Not much. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I didn't make it. So yeah, very easy, simple game when it comes to explanation, which I did very badly, by the way, and hard to master. However, guys, this isn't what I would call a game, to be honest. It's showing some sort of system. It's programmed properly, it works, it's responsive, but it's very little content. In 5 minutes you'll see everything. You'll see what the game does, how you control it, and you can keep hacking it until you get bored. I mean, I don't know, for people who like those things, they like to master things like this, yes, maybe. If you're desperate, you really want to do it, sure you can, I guess. I know I'm stuck probably now. Can go? Probably cannot go. Yeah, we don't have speed, so we are done. I cannot jump as well. Now if I press escape here, I will exit the game actually. So this is also a mistake. Now I'm stuck and I have to roll back and forth until it's fixed. I should be able to restart. I don't. Maybe there is a button for restart, but I don't think so. Sometimes the bodies keep sliding. Okay, this is just a button for restart. There are no settings. I think there are settings where you start the game. You can go window mode, but there are no settings in game. I would prefer settings in game. You can turn the music on and off and turn the sound on and off. So that's there. Just English, as far as I understand it. They have the explanation tutorial, of course. That's what I was trying to explain to you. Up. Why am I not spinning? I don't know. Maybe I had not enough momentum. Let's do it one more time. Up. I don't want to spin, really. You can't spin other way. You always spin right. So maybe you should now spin or not spin. Okay, now done. One done. We're stuck. Of course, there's no save aside from the changing sun. So probably there are like automatic save points. It doesn't have also save files, so I guess I'm in this place where I am, and we're going to die soon. Of course, why not? I'm going to see if the sun is gonna change. Probably not. Okay, more speed, and I think it's, yeah, it's changing to orange. We'll see if this is saves now. Yes, I guess we are here in the next level at this point. So I finished a level actually. I'm not spinning at all. Maybe I will make it. Will I make it? I should now tilt back, right? Left, left, left. I cannot. Yes, I did it. But I cannot gain speed now. So again, I'm stuck. And it's already clicked to restart even though I'm playing. See? I'm playing, but it's like I'm dead, but I'm not. And I'm twitching weirdly. But you know, I can do this. Like a beetle on the back. Which is weird. Yeah. So guys, that's the game. If you like physics games with extreme minimalism and you want to do it for a challenge, maybe, but completely not my cup of tea. In my opinion, those games like this aren't really games. They are presentation of idea and very, very rudimentary engine and programming skills. So if this would grow into something, maybe. But to me, this is just, you know, I appreciate the skill that you put into making it work, because it works, it's responsive. But you know, putting this on Steam for sale, I mean, games like this are on Kongregate and other sites like this for free. In many cases, much better games and much more complex games. So if you want to really actually sell a product, I always say the game should have content. And of course, there is argument. What if the content is bad? Well, for me, when the content is bad, it doesn't count because I don't want it, right? It's like junk. So if the game has just junk, it just has bad content, of course it's a bad game. But if the game is at least playable, it's at least average, it has a lot of content, it's a good game. Now, if the game has small amount of content, to me it's always a bad game. It's always a game not worth buying. It's a game I might play because I'm curious, you know. If the game is fun for 5 minutes, I would like to play it for 5 minutes, of course. But I wouldn't buy it, ever. There's no way, guys. I always count the amount of fun against the price. And the amount of fun is of course very subjective, because you can have fun playing Tetris for 500 hours. Of course you can, and then you will buy it maybe. You can also enjoy very short story and say you liked it, but it was still short. It was worth the money, unless you treat games as art, in which case, well, you can say the game was awesome. It was worth every penny, even though it was 1 hour. To me, I'm paying for entertainment, basically. And games are very, very expensive in today's world. Steam is making it better, and sites like Steam. However, generally speaking, buying a fresh game, which is usually $50, is a very big expense for most people in the world. Most people. I'm talking even European countries. I'm not talking third world countries. Generally speaking, a new game can be 10% of salary in many countries. If you have it better, then well, that's great. You're living in an awesome country, apparently, where people can afford entertainment. But mostly, what I see is a brand new game is 10% of salary, and most people won't spend 10% salary for a game because they have other stuff to pay. So of course there are cheaper games, but generally speaking, you need to really count every penny, every dollar if you're buying a game, because you are buying a long-term entertainment opportunity, which should be hours, a lot of hours, if it's supposed to be worth it, right? If you buy a book, you read it in a few hours, it's done. That's why I don't buy books. I read books, but I don't buy books because I cannot afford them. I can't go to a theater because it's 2 hours, or cinema because it's also 2 hours, or to a concert because it's also 2 hours, and it all costs a lot of money, so I cannot afford it. Games are actually one of the cheapest available hobbies in the world, assuming you have a computer, which is expensive on its own. But game must have time, gameplay time, a lot of gameplay time, a lot of complexity, a lot of, you know, um, stuff to fill your time. Now, if the game is just hard and you have to hack at it until you finish it, which, you know, a skilled player could do in 15 minutes, but you will just hack at it for hours without any progress. To me, this isn't a way of making game long. The game should be long anyway. Like, I don't know, Skyrim, for instance. The game is long. You can make it hard. You can mod it. You can use easy difficulty. You can use hard difficulty, however you want. You can make the game very hard, but the game has extreme amount of content. It's expensive, especially if it was new, but it has all the pieces of the game. It has graphics, it has sound, it has story, voice acting, branching quests, all of it. You know, there's a lot of content. Even if you personally don't like the type of the game, you need to admit that there is a lot in it. And here I cannot say that there is a lot in the game. There is one mouse movement. You can jump or you can not jump, and you can spin fast or you can spin slow, and that's it. You know the game after 1 minute. Of course, it takes a long time to master, but the price of such things, well, you need to compare the games, right? I know it's 2D game, but still, if it's a very easy, not easy, it's a hard game, but if it's a very simple 2D game, it's gonna be scrutinized against other simple 2D games. You know, why wouldn't I just play Terraria if I want 2D game? I know it's a different genre. If I wanna play games where you jump, there is lots of game where you have to jump and fly as far as possible with tons of upgrades and much better graphics, and those games are free. So why would I buy it? Just for the challenge? Well, I think most games have challenge of any sort. Most games have achievements. Most games have difficulty modes. So there is a challenge in any game. Why would I buy this game for a challenge, for the sake of it, right? Physics games might be also much more complex. If we go to skiing, well, there is snow, which is free. It's real skiing, like it looks like skiing from the right perspective, like many games before it. And it has much better graphics. It has much more content. You can ski like here. Of course, you can just ski and jump, but you can also turn around. You can use different types of devices to ski. There is different modes, stuff to unlock, and the game is free. So I don't know, unless you're a complete fan of this, in which case you're probably sitting on Kongregate and playing hundreds of titles like this for free. I see no point, really. I mean, if you have developing skills, if you can program, then make games, different games, not just one simple game that works, because it only proves that you can program, but it doesn't offer much to do. It doesn't offer much content. Yeah, I have to admit you made a game. Yes, you did make a game, but you know, I'm actually prolonging this to prove my, I know, to prove my point, to say my point, to say what I think, because that's what I do on the reviews. I say what I think after playing the game. If you think it's awesome, go and buy it. Of course you can. There's no problem. But you know, I have to look at what's on Steam, and well, basically mostly Steam, because this is like the biggest platform probably in the world, and you can easily compare games there. If I go to Steam and I look at something and like, well, maybe I want this, then I have to check it against hundreds of titles sometimes. You know, if you make a really ugly and small and short visual novel game, I won't buy it. I'll buy a good one because they are there, they exist. Some are even cheap. So making something very downgraded and simple for the sake of it, to me, doesn't make any sense. If you can really program, if you can really make games, because it works, you know, it's responsive, then make something else. Make something complicated with a lot of stuff working together. It's gonna be fun and give you hours of pleasure. Sure, do it. Maybe this isn't the genre you should be doing. Well, that will be it from me. So I do not recommend it, but I must say it does work properly in extremely simple and minimalistic style, and if someone is a maniac of those games and wants to support the developer, well, probably they could buy it, but I personally wouldn't. So that will be it for this review. I will see you guys in the next one, and it's probably gonna be a ski game that is done with more effort. See you guys in the next review.